Hello students. Cognizant Phase 2 Hiring 2025 started to mail communication assessment to the students, and on 5th May 5 p.m. the communication assessment will be held. In this video, I tell about tips, tricks, how you can crack the communication assessment and detail about each and particular section. So you should stick to the part because if you mistake any part then you will be regret later. So I tell you about the section wise parts. Here there are total four particular section. In this section first, that is reading and listening section. In this section the total number of question appear, which is 23 question, and the time which is allotted to this section is 16 minutes. The second section, which is speaking section. In this speaking section you have total 3 questions, and before speak on topic you have 30 seconds they given to you to prepare your thought and frame your speech, and after 60 seconds to deliver that particular speech. The next section, which is section C, is a grammar section. Grammar section includes various part, preposition, verbs. I tell you later in this video. There are total 34 questions, and the time which is allotted in this section, which is 15 to 20 minutes. And the most important section, which is section D, listening comprehension section. You have to listen, and according to the listening, you have to ask the questions and ask the answers. The total number of questions, which is 12, and time allotted, which is 10 to 15 minutes. But before proceeding next section, I tell you about some important points. Here first you have to go to your superset login and you have to click on assessment tab. In the assessment tab you have to first install the MSB. Either you can install from here or from other side. Here you can install the MSB. After installing, you have to check the system check before the actual take, because most of the student mistake and they didn't log in within the particular login window. Therefore, their test is not submitted or some issue they have faced. And also, I have to tell some important point here. After setup all this part, you can go here and go to the test. After go to the test, here such appear window is appear, and you can here see your time and your login window, and this particular window you have to log in that. As I tell about the important step before the actual test, then we continue one by one section in this video. Let's start. The first section, which is a reading and listening section. In this section, here there are 23 questions and which is time allotted 16 minutes. One question will be displayed at a time, and you have to 10 seconds to speak on each section. We are taken here the example such this sentence will appear on the screen and you have to speak. In what way you have to speak? You have to speak loudly so you can answer properly. Like, can you remind me to bring the tickets for tonight's concert? These hand-woven rugs are made by local artisans using natural dyes. The museum's new exhibit features rare artifacts from ancient civilization. Such sentence will appear in the screen and you have 10 seconds to speak on that particular section. This is section A. The next section, which is section B, speaking section. In this speaking section, you have three total questions and you have 30-second time to think the thoughts on particular topic and 60 seconds to deliver that particular speech. The sample here, the sample topic is given a person you admire and the sub question. Here sub questions are necessary to create the content. If your shortage of content or shortage of thoughts, you can use this sub question, but it is doesn't mandatory at all. Your speech should include the respected answer of above sub questions, like who is the person you admire the most and why, what qualities make this person your role model, how has this person influenced your life or choices, like. In this section, this is about speaking section. We go to the next section. The next section, which is the grammar section. Okay? It is the more important section. Here, the total number of questions in this section is 34, and the time which is allotted to this section is 15 to 20 minutes. And in section, you have two subsections. Like first, you have verb question, total 8 questions. Then next is tenses, 8 questions. The third one is article, 6 question. Preposition, 6 question. Active and passive voice, 3 question. And grammar, 6 question. Here that is our first, that is verb. Total question is 8. Here the sample is given to you. She blank go to school every day. Here you have to type via keyboard and place the appropriate word in. The answer to this question is goes. The second is they fill in the blank play football when it started raining. The answer to this particular section is because this is a plural, they were playing. Such sample question you can practice. So you practice and you can good do union communication exam. Then in this part, we go to the next section. That is tenses section. In the tenses section also 8 questions and fill in the blanks. She underscore study when the phone ring. You have to use appropriate sentence. This she is a word and she is studying. So is studying is a perfect answer to this. If you hit fill in the blank water, it turns into steam. So the appropriate tense here hit as it is. Such question will be displayed in actual exam and total 8 questions. When we go to the next section, that is preposition section. Preposition section, here we have taken an example like the cat is hiding, and you in the actual test you also given such articles. You have to use appropriate articles to complete this fill in the blank most on, in, under, between the table. So the cat is hiding under the table. I will meet you at, because there is a place. So at the coffee shop at noon. She arrived on time because it is a timing. So she arrived on time. This sample sentence will come in this likewise in preposition section. The next section is the article section. In the article section, I show you some, I tell you some tricks. Like suppose here is the fill in the blank, and if the next letter, the first letter, which is started as a vowel, then you should use an. And if the word is uses as consonant, then use a. Okay. I saw underscore an elephant in the zoo. But you have confusion at use a, or an. Then look at the elephant. The first letter is E. E is a vowel. Then use the perfect answer is an. I saw an elephant in the zoo. Likewise, he is. And here is also confusion exists that either use a or an here. But look out the next word. The first letter is H. H is a consonant. Then the perfect option is a. He is a honest person. The simple trick is if the next word first letter is a vowel, then use a, and if the next word letter is not a vowel, that is consonant, then use a. And if the particular place is there or particular point is target, such like she bought the apples and banana likewise. And the next here section comes here, that is voice change and sentence corrections. Here simple, either you given active voice you have convert into passive voice, and vice versa, that you are given passive voice and you have convert into active voice. Simple example here is here, and simply you have to, they given the MCQ, you have to choose the perfect one. They are building a new library in downtown. Here, the perfect answer for this question is, you can read it later. Next, the most important section, which is section D, listening comprehension. Here, audio will be played, and after listening to the audio, they ask cross question according to their audio. And here, the four audio will be listened, and each audio they will ask three questions. Total 12 questions, and the time which is allotted to this particular section is 10 to 15 minutes. Like suppose you listen the above about the audio of speech, that is advantage of renewable energy, and they answer the question like, according to the speaker, what is one benefit of self or solar power, and you are given the MCQ. You have to choose the perfect one. The the reason behind taking this listening section is, they try to understand your spoken English and how you are remember the things. So here four audio will be there, and in four audio the three question they will ask. Here, the conclusion to clear this communication assessment is, you have to prepare, practice each section regularly. You can use my this video and practice whatever the question which included in this video, and familiar yourself with question format. Use sample question for the practice, and because this assessment is essential because it is a communication assessment and it is an elimination assessment, so the student which clear the assessment then go for the next recruitment round, and otherwise they cancel out and cancel out this. Thank you for watching. Welcome.